game came and went. No WNBA Players Union strike was present. And now this morning we get this word of Breanna Stewart going to play overseas. Well, that's kind of interesting. Now, she's a key member, a vice president, part of the Players Union Committee, and she's going to take another job.
Stop whatever you are doing right now. If you needed a flashing neon sign that the WNBA labor negotiations are going completely off the rails, you just got it. And the craziest part? The warning didn't come from a press release. It didn't come from an insider tweet. And it didn't come from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. It came from the airport. Breanna Stewart, the vice president of the WNBA Players Association, the face of the New York Liberty, a two-time MVP, and one of the most powerful, influential voices in the entire sport. She has just made a move that screams one word: panic. We have confirmed reports that Stewie has officially signed a contract to play in Turkey for Fenerbahce this April. Now, on the surface, if you are a casual fan, you might be thinking, so what? Women's basketball players go overseas to get the bag all the time. That's just the business. But you have to look at the calendar, folks. The devil is always in the details. You have to look at the timeline, because when you connect the dots that the mainstream sports media is ignoring right now, a terrifying picture emerges. Breanna Stewart's sudden departure is a massive, blaring siren that the 2026 WNBA season, the most anticipated season in the history of women's sports, might be in serious jeopardy. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are breaking down why the vice president of the WNBA Players Association just grabbed a life vest, why the Caitlin Clark boom is about to hit a brick wall, and why we might be staring down the barrel of a catastrophic WNBA lockout. Let's get into it.
See, this is tone deaf. This is, Pops always told me, yo son, Pac, make sure you read the room. Read the room. Pops always told me to read the room. Breanna Stewart, you are not reading the room and understanding the situation. For you to go and pull this move, I know it's only for a week or whatever. This is bad timing, man. This is a bad look. The optics are nasty.
Let's look at the exact timeline. Breanna Stewart has signed with this Turkish super team specifically to play in the EuroLeague Final Six. The EuroLeague Final Six is the pinnacle of European basketball. It is intense, it is grueling, and it runs from April 15th to April 19th. Do you know what else is scheduled for April 19th? WNBA training camp. Literally the exact same day. Let's think about this logically. The vice president of the WNBA Players Association, the woman who is supposed to be sitting at the head of the table, staring down the billionaire owners, fighting for a new collective bargaining agreement, is committing to be on another continent on the very day her league is supposed to be opening its doors. That is not a coincidence. That is a statement. By signing this deal, Breanna Stewart is effectively double booking herself. She is telling the basketball world one of two things. Either she possesses inside knowledge that a deal is completely dead and the WNBA season is not starting on time, or she simply doesn't care about the league's rules anymore. Imagine the devastating message this sends to the rank-and-file players. Imagine being a rookie or a bench player making the league minimum who is terrified of a lockout. You have rent to pay. You are looking to your union leadership for hope and stability. And instead, you see your vice president signing a massive, six-figure deal in Europe for the exact same weeks you are supposed to be reporting to camp. It screams, I'm going to be fine no matter what happens, I secured my backup bag, good luck to the rest of you. It completely fractures the unity of the players right when they need it most.
Be trying to get a damn deal done over here. Over here. You going and signing all the way over there. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. This is the thing. For one, y'all greed is already starting to show. Actual WNBA players are calling you guys, some of you WNBPA board members, greedy. They're calling you greedy. The players in which you are representing, okay?
The EuroLeague Women Final Six will be hosted in Spain from April 15th through the 19th, 2026. WNBA training camp is scheduled to begin April 19, with the season commencing on May 8th. So, assuming Stewart plays...
This move looks even worse when you factor in what just happened days ago. Adam Silver went on national television and sounded the alarm. He used the word urgency. He warned everyone that we are at the 11th hour. He essentially told the players and the owners, the clock is ticking, and if a deal isn't signed by April, this season is going down the drain. And how does the VP of the union respond to the commissioner's urgent warning? She books a one-way flight to Istanbul. Imagine if the CEO of a Fortune 500 company left for a 2-week vacation right before a multi-billion-dollar merger was supposed to close. The shareholders would revolt. Well, the fans are the shareholders of the WNBA, and right now, they are looking at the bridge of the ship and realizing nobody is steering the wheel. But wait, it gets crazier. We have to talk about the prioritization clause. For those who don't know, during the last CBA negotiations, the WNBA owners drew a line in the sand. They created the prioritization clause, which basically states that players must prioritize the WNBA over their overseas leagues. If you don't report to WNBA camp on time because you're playing in Europe, you are ineligible to play in the WNBA season, period. By signing this deal to play in the EuroLeague Finals, Breanna Stewart is essentially giving a giant middle finger to the very clause she agreed to. She is publicly testing the league. She is daring them to fine her. She is daring them to suspend one of their biggest stars, but more importantly, she is proving the owner's worst fears right, that overseas money is still more attractive and more reliable than the WNBA. That is a damning indictment of where the league stands today. And this brings me to a point that is honestly going to make a lot of people angry. We need to talk about Unrivaled. Breanna Stewart, along with Nafisa Collier, literally founded the new 3-on-3 league, Unrivaled. Do you remember what the entire marketing pitch for Unrivaled was? The whole point of Unrivaled was to pay players enough money during the winter so that they wouldn't have to go overseas. It was supposed to protect their bodies, keep them in the United States, and build domestic hype year-round. They sold investors on this idea. They sold the fans on this idea. Yet, here we are, the founder of the league that was built to stop players from going overseas is going overseas. It completely undermines the very mission she claimed to be championing. It sends a mixed message to the entire basketball ecosystem. It says stay home and build the game in America. Unless, of course, a Turkish billionaire offers you a bag, then go ahead and take the flight. It shows that the economics of women's basketball are still fundamentally broken. But worse, it shows a massive disconnect in leadership. You cannot be the revolutionary trying to fix the system in America while simultaneously exploiting the old system in Europe when things get tough. But let's talk about who really loses here. Let's talk about the 3.5 million new fans. Let's talk about the Caitlin Clark effect. Right now, Caitlin Clark is sitting in a gym in Indiana, working out, getting ready for her second season. She is driving unprecedented ticket sales. She is driving insane hype. The WNBA finally has the golden goose. They finally have the mainstream attention they have been begging for 25 years. If this season is delayed, if training camp is pushed back, if games are canceled because the players are on strike or the union leaders are busy playing in Turkey, that momentum dies. It doesn't just pause, it dies.
At the end of the day, bro, y'all robbing people from one thing and one thing only. The one thing y'all know they actually want, which is to see Caitlin Clark play. That's all y'all doing right now. And it's nasty work. Here it says,
You have to understand the psychology of the casual sports fan. The millions of new viewers who tuned in last year don't know what the EuroLeague is. They don't care about the intricacies of collective bargaining agreements. All they know is that WNBA basketball is supposed to start in May. If they tune in this May and find out there is no basketball because the league can't get its act together, they aren't going to stick around and wait. They are going to feel cheated. They are going to take their attention and their wallets back to the NBA, back to the NFL, back to baseball. They are going to look at the WNBA and say, this is a Mickey Mouse league that doesn't know how to handle success. And let me tell you who else is watching this closely: the TV networks. The WNBA just negotiated a monumental media rights deal worth billions of dollars with Disney, NBC, and Amazon. Those networks paid for a reliable product. They paid for Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Aja Wilson playing in May. If the WNBA delivers a lockout instead, those TV partners have the power to walk away or renegotiate. Breanna Stewart's flight to Turkey might just be the first domino in burning down a billion-dollar empire before it's even built. Now, to play devil's advocate, there is a possibility that this is a calculated leverage play. Maybe Stewart and the Players Association are trying to play a high-stakes game of chicken. Maybe she is trying to show the owners that the top-tier stars don't need the WNBA as much as the WNBA needs them. She is projecting power. She is trying to scare the owners into caving to the union's demands by saying, "Give us the revenue split we want, or I will stay in Europe and you can try selling tickets without your MVP." But that is a terrifyingly dangerous game to play. Adam Silver and the NBA owners backing the WNBA do not respond well to threats. They respond to business logic, and the business logic dictates that the WNBA must start on time to capitalize on this historic wave of popularity. Anything that threatens that timeline is a direct threat to the league's bottom line. Not to mention the physical toll. Breanna Stewart is going to go play ultra-intense championship-level playoff basketball in Europe, fly back across the Atlantic, and then immediately jump into a WNBA season? We have seen this movie before. Players break down, they get injured. If she tears a ligament in Turkey, it ruins the New York Liberties season and damages the WNBA's product. She is risking her health and the league's future for a temporary European paycheck.
We'll say this, from an optics standpoint, from a perception standpoint, this don't look great. All right, it doesn't look great.
So where does this leave us? We are staring down the barrel of a disastrous start to the 2026 season. Breanna Stewart's departure is the canary in the coal mine. It is the smoking gun that the status quo period of these negotiations is failing. The gap between the players and the owners is still too wide, and rather than staying in the US, locking herself in a conference room, and hammering out the final details of a historic agreement, one of the key negotiators is checking out. Ultimately, this is a story about priorities. Does Breanna Stewart prioritize the collective future of the WNBA, or does she prioritize her own immediate earnings? By signing that contract in Turkey, she made her choice incredibly clear. Her actions scream "me first" at the exact moment the league desperately needs "we first." The captain of the Players Union is grabbing a life vest, and that should terrify everyone still on the ship, but I want to hear from you guys. Is Breanna Stewart making a smart business decision by getting her money, or is this a massive betrayal of her duties as a union leader? And do you actually believe we are going to see Caitlin Clark and the rest of the WNBA play basketball this May? Sound off in the comments below, because this is the story the sports media is trying to sweep under the rug. Make sure you hit that like button to help push this through the algorithm. Subscribe if you are new here, and ring that notification bell because we are going to be tracking every single update in this CBA drama. Thanks for watching, and let's pray we get some basketball this spring. I'll see you in the next one.